Hey, I'm Evan Romro, and this is my CIT 260 individual presentation. So the first thing I want to talk about is static versus non-static class variables. So just really quickly, non-static variable is a variable that is created and memory allocated every time a class instance is created. So with that comes with, um, memory is allocated multiple times, and when you want to reference it, you need to reference it by uh, instance reference. Where a static variable, memory is allocated only once for the when the class is loaded, and then when you want to reference it, you need to reference it by class name. So let's just look at some code for that really briefly. If here is in our main class, we have our static variable, some static variables. So with these static variables in our main class, as I said before, since these are static variables, they're only going to create memory once for this one. So in this main class, it doesn't create a main class. We don't create multiple instances of this class. We are just going for game, and so these game and player are memories only allocated for it once. Where if we go to any other, say like here, we go to map. Every time for every map instance, it's going to create these variables for it. So let's look at some code really quickly to reference how referencing for them. We have our blackbeards.dread, and we're not going to reference the variable directly. We're going to use the get function. So we're going to get the current game, and then it's going to set it to a instance of the game object called game. So now that this is an instance of the game, we're going to reference it, get the reference, and we'll use the get function again, and we're going to get the map. So as you can see, Blackbeard for the static, we're going to reference it by class name. That's a class name right there. And then this right here for non-static is the reference for the instance reference. So the next thing we want to talk about are arrays, lists, and enums. Just really quickly, an array has a set length. When you create it, you decide however long it's going to be, and it will forever be for that in that program as long as it's in scope and in its lifespan. It will always have that length. Where and it's going to have a non-static index values, and what I mean by that is that you can change these values in and out for when you have your indexes. So say you want a list of your favorite pies, and we're going to do top 3 pies. So you're going to have cherry, apple, and pumpkin. Well, I could be like, you know what, I don't really like cherry anymore, so I'm going to switch out cherry for pecan. You can do that with an array. An array list is like an array, except for you can't set, you can change the length of it. So I can be like, instead of saying the top 3, I can just say a list of favorite pies. And so right now we'll say pecan, apple, and pumpkin. Well, later I can decide, you know what, actually I do like cherry as a favorite. And so instead of like, but I don't want to, I like these other ones as my favorite. So let's just add on another index and call it and have it this value as cherry. That's what an array list is. Where an enum, enum is more like an array than an array list. However, the difference between an enum and an array is that it's going to have this static index values, which means that once the enum is created, it can the values of the indexes cannot be changed. So this would be like the 10 commandments, for example. The 10 commandments are written in stone. You cannot change them. And that's what the enum is. So let's look at some code on us demonstrating in our program this. We don't have any array lists. That's why I needed to talk about it. But we do use arrays and enums. The first thing I want to show you is one of our enums. and that is for item for our inventory. We have our item enum, and since we don't have index, we don't hard code the indexes themselves. It'll automatically index them from 0 to, in this case, 3, because it's a length of 4. So when it's loaded, it has gold, food, water, and ship upgrade set to its 4 indexes, and so this will always be the case. This enum will never change throughout the program. And then we also create an array in our game control when we create our inventory. We're going to create an array of inventory objects. We're going to call it inventory. And as we can see here, we're setting it to a length of 4. So in here, we're going to create a new inventory item, and we're going to set all the properties for it, all the attributes for the inventory object, and then we're going to assign it to the array. And in here, as you can see, we're actually referencing the enum right here. So this way we can say inventory, and with the item, we're just going to item gold and ordinal. It's going to get the index value for that enum, and it's going to assign the index of the inventory with the same index to gold, this gold inventory object. So the reason why we did it like this is so that instead of having to remember later in our inventory or later in our program, we want to access our inventory. We don't want to have to remember what the index is for each item. So we can do it like this, use the enum along with the array, so that we can just type in item.gold.ordinal or whatever we want to get the right inventory index for what we want. However, sometimes we want to look through the entire array. So something we do, a place we do that is in our map. When we're creating our map, we want to, in this instance, we want to go through the array and set a location, set up all these things for this array. And we can do that, go through that array by using a for loop. And in this instance, the map is a 2-dimensional array, so we have to use a for within a for clause. And this right here is just going to go through each of them and set some values for this. And we do this in more than one thing. For example, if we go to, let's see really quick. Yeah, why did I do that? Going back to map control. Let's see. Anyways, with our map, that's how we're gonna be doing it with our map. So the next thing we want to talk about is our character stream versus byte stream. So a character stream versus a byte stream, we like to use character stream because, for one, it doesn't do it just byte by byte, and it's faster and it's more compatible. So this way, it just overall function works in our program better, and we can demonstrate that by going to our map control. Sorry, not our map control. We're going to our game menu control. And when we want to say save our game, it's so save our game. Oh, that's our game menu. I meant our main menu. So when we want to save our game, it's going to do this try and catch statement to try to catch it, and it's going to take us to the game control. And as we can right here, get save game, it's going to do another try. And it's going to use this file output stream right here. And it's going to use the file path and file output new object. And it's going to use this instance right here. And it's going to output write object. And it's going to use game. So this right here is going to be using that to save our game. And so that function does work in our program. So now we just want to really quickly show you how our game works. You can start by doing there, and it gives us a little introduction, and then we put in our name, enter game, and for the sake of time, I'm not going to go read this to you, but it just talks about how our game is a pirates game, and you're trying to be the best pirates. So we're going to start a new game. If we look at the map, we can see these indicators right here let us know where we're at in the map. And then we're trying to go beat Blackbeard, and that's what he is right here. So we have to work our way through our map to get to Blackbeard. And each of these rows indicates a port. So we're going to change ports. We're going to first go to the London port because we only have 20 food, 20 water, so we only can move one port at, right here in this instance. And also, as we can see, we're firing. We've met an enemy ship, and it will display our health and their health. And every time we fire, it's going to lower both our health and their health. Unless if in this instance right here you win, it won't lower your health. It'll only lower your health since you fire first. And then if we look at our inventory, we have no more food, no more water. We have 60 gold from that we looted from the pirate ship, and we have 60 health out of 100. So so right now we're stuck on the port because we don't have enough food, enough water to travel anywhere, and it wouldn't be safe because we're damaged and we don't have any ship upgrades. So because every time you move a port, it gets significantly harder. So we can purchase supplies. When we're at the dry dock, we purchase health. Right now, and it's going to let us say, oh, your health is full. And so then we're going to change ports. We're going to go to, say, the guild hall. Because the guild hall, which if we look on our map, right there, this lets us, because right, if we look at our inventory, because the guild hall lets us purchase. And if we look at our inventory, we now only have 20 gold. That's not enough to get the rest of the supplies. So the inventory lets us, when we purchase supplies, instead of purchasing, it actually does a job and earn 5 pieces of gold. So we have to do this a bunch. After doing this a bunch, we're going to go to the armory. Let's go purchase a ship upgrade. It's for 15. And with the ship upgrades, it'll only let you purchase it once from each location. That way you can't just like upgrade your ship fully at one port. You have to do it you have to purchase one ship upgrade per port. And then we're gonna go buy some food. I bought a little too much. Well, I bought water, but I bought a little too much. And let's go buy some food. Let's go buy some more health since when we upgraded it, it increased that. So now it looks like we have 90 water. We need to go get some Let's try 90 food, but let's go get some more water. Yes, I did just go buy a bunch of food. So now we have 90 food, 70 water, and full health. So I just want to demonstrate with you guys really quickly that if you try to change your port and you're not in the dry dock, it won't let you. So let's go to the dry dock. Let's move ports. Let's go to the Canary Islands. Yes. So look, we're at 200 health, enemies now at 100 because they're getting stronger. We're gonna fire. We made it to the island, to the Canary Islands. So I just want to show you guys really quickly. So we have 70 and 50, so we can move 2 locations. If we were to say try to move without healing or upgrading, so we're at the Canary Islands. Let's go to Guadalajara ports. If we were to do this, look, now they're at 300 health. We're at 120. We fire. We're down to 40. We fire again. And because you lost, it resets the game. So you have to make sure you purchase health and ship upgrades at every port. Otherwise, you're going to lose. And so for the sake of time, instead of trying to get through the entire game because it's really repetitive, I've shown you how to purchase, how to move from port to port. We're just gonna, I have another saved game right here. And this one, we're at Blackbeard's. If we look at, we have 600 health and enough food and water to make it to Blackbeard. So let's go fight Blackbeard. Hit yes. So we said you have entered Blackbeard's code to challenge him and his most feared pirate. All right, as the most feared pirate. So we're gonna fire. And if you look, he took 120 health. So if you would have done that, tried to done that your first one, you would have just been toast instantly from one hit. So we're gonna fire, 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 and then you have defeated the most Blackbeard. You are now the most feared pirates in the 7 seas. And so, and we've arrived safely. So that is our game. I hope you enjoyed it. We still have some things we want to work out for our program individually, but as you can, we just wanted to demonstrate that for you. Hope you enjoyed this, and it was a great semester, great working with my teammates, and we hope you have a great rest of the end of the semester. Bye.